I got scammed. They're all gone. All my favorite and precious cards gone forever. What's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? Welcome back to my channel, and I have no idea why I'm kind of like smiling. This is a very sad and upsetting video for me. So essentially, I got scammed out of my 10 favorite and most precious cards, and I'm going to go through step by step how that happened. And the reason I'm doing this, I'm not really one for calling people out or anything like that, smearing anyone, but this isn't just about me. This happened to tons of other people, and it's about kind of warning the community about people like this and this person in particular. So let's just get straight into it. So I'm gonna leave the cards as pop-ups over here, the cards that I lost. And yeah, they're not, first edition base set Charizards. They're not super valuable. But to me, they were. I'm someone who can't spend a lot of money on single Pokemon things. I tend to buy like sealed product and take my chance at that. I don't have many vintage. And the cards that I did lose were near and dear to my heart, whether it was one that I'd always wanted as a kid and I was never able to find it and I finally got it, or it was a good memory of me winning an auction on eBay, or whether it's just a card that I really enjoy. So yeah, they aren't that expensive. I mean, they're worth a little bit, but it's more upsetting than is like frustrating about the amount. But I know for a fact there are people that paid a lot more and lost a lot more valuable cards than me. So let me just get into the story right now because I don't want it to drag on for too long. This is about an Instagram user in the Pokemon community called Ya Boy Charizard. And now you'll see his profile in front of you now. And this is it here. And nothing kind of like looks out of place. So let me just quickly go to what happened. Was I saw this post here, PSA submission opportunity, and this was on my phone, and I was just scrolling through, and I saw this, and it says, I got some cool news for everyone. I have a buddy whose uncle works at PSA and I managed to work out an awesome deal that I hope you'll really enjoy. To anyone interested in PSA submissions, I can hook you up for only $5 a card, and he's doing like a giveaway for people to get it for free. And so at this point, I was like, wow, okay, I've never owned a PSA card. I've never got anything graded. I've kind of like looked into it and I thought, wow, this is a bit overwhelming. I'm unsure if I want to pay, like $12 to $20 per card just to get graded. And, eBay, the prices for a decent Pokemon card is like $100. And I've never been one to want that. And for example, I had a Mew Southern Islands card and I was like, well, if I get this graded and it looks really good, the front and back were perfect, there was no scratches, no nothing. Even if I got an 8 or 9, this would be worth like 4 or 5 times the amount it is raw. And it was also one of my favorite cards, so I said, yeah, I want to kind of like get stuff graded. So I messaged him, and I'll show you the message right now. I said, hey dude, I've never submitted to PSA because the process confuses me, but your deal sounds awesome. I have a couple Japanese cards that I would like to get graded. And he responded almost immediately. I can't really see the time on here, but it was the same day. And he said, yeah, it can definitely be confusing and expensive. I'm glad I can help. Just make a list of what you want graded, and he'll give me feedback on if I should whether I should get it graded or not. And I said I'd get back to him, and then a couple of days later, it took me a while to like kind of do this because I wanted to make sure I was doing everything kind of like perfectly. And I said, here are some of the cards. So some of the cards were Southern Islands Mew, base set Venusaur, Dark Blastoise, Charizard VMAX promo, a Salamence from Champions Road, one of my favorite cards I've ever pulled before. And basically we kept on talking and talking and talking. I'm just scrolling through like our conversation. You can pause it or not. It's not really anything that expensive. Originally, I only wanted 5 cards graded, but it ended up being like 10 cards. So by May 18th, So I gave him an update saying, yeah, I'll 100% be sending them to you. I have 6 cards I'm 100% certain on, and I've got 4 to 5 cards I'm still kind of like checking out. I messaged him on the 19th, and I said, I finally picked my cards. I have 8. Let me know where to send them and how to give you the money. Cheers, man. And then he said 5 days later, this is when things kind of get like a little bit fishy. 5 days later, he says, hey, man, sorry for the delay. I've been locked out of my account. This is his address. Obviously, I'm not going to show you his address, but that's his address. Please include a list of your cards as well as your IG account name in the package, which I did. And I said hope everything's okay. He also put out like another Instagram post. Let me see. Yeah, it's this random fossil picture here. And he says, sorry, guys, I've been locked out of my account for almost a week now. Someone marked his account as inappropriate. He's going through all his DMs now. And, you know, like a lot of people have, like, messaged him or whatnot. At that point, like, I kind of had everything ready. I had packed my cards. I hadn't PayPal'd him yet. So it was going to be $50. I ended up putting in 10 cards in the package. And I hadn't PayPal'd him yet because I was unsure if my cards would arrive in time. Because he had, like, a cutoff date. And I wanted to make sure my cards got there before I paid him, because there'd be no point in paying him if my cards weren't going to be sent to PSA. I sent him the package on the 24th or something. And then 27th, I was like, let me know when you get it. You know, like, we live in the USA. It normally takes like 3 days to get a package. So it's kind of like a reminder, hey. And he says, sounds good. I've been locked out again from his account. And I was like, weird. But, you know, he says a troll reported him, but you know, if someone disappears and they come back, why would they keep disappearing? I don't know. I was kind of like sympathetic towards that, and then he said, I'll talk to you soon, and that was the last I heard from him. 27th of May, and it is now the 29th of June, so it's been 2 months. And I said, hey dude, on like June 7th, I said, hey man, did you get the cards? No response. And he's not been active ever since. He put this last post on June 4th, so, you know, it's been 3 weeks now since he posted on Instagram. So he said, I'm moving house. This is the last thing I ever saw from him. He's going to kind of like make a group chat of everyone who paid him. He's going to give us all the shipping numbers and info so we can kind of like track the process. And I was like, oh, okay, like if he's moving house, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. You know, things happen in people's lives. And that's the last I ever heard from him. So now it becomes like the investigative part. And I kind of like revisited this post back and forth every couple days because I wanted to see what other people had been saying. And I mean, this guy here says, who else sent him cards? We need answers. He didn't respond to them. He didn't receive this guy won the giveaway, didn't receive the giveaway. No response or group chat. Obviously Steel Bros is really pissed off at this point, and rightly so. And then people are saying he's scamming. You know, I mean, the list goes on. I don't know how many people to be exact. So now begins the investigative part. When he first followed me, I saw 10,000 Instagram followers, and I was like, wow, this guy must be a pretty big deal in the Pokemon community. I'm going to follow him back. And not only that, I have, you know, 15 mutual followers. So I was like, well, this guy must be like trustworthy. He must be pretty good. And he's got 10K followers. I don't know. That should be enough for me to be like comfortable with all this. And that's what I was thinking. I should have done my research, and I absolutely didn't. I mean, if we take a look just straight away, it should have given me a red flag. He has 10,500 followers, and his posts are getting 60 likes, 76 likes, 117 likes, 64 likes, 47 likes. This one 232, but it's of a Charizard. 75 likes, 132. I mean, that's the amount of likes that I get, and I have a tenth of his followers. That's a red flag in itself. So now I dug in even deeper. And I went into Social Blade, put in his Instagram account, and this is what I found. So if we scroll down here, you see all like the daily stuff. So this is what I was interested in. So we start off in January 2019, okay? So well over a year ago. He has lost hundreds hundreds of followers every single month since then. Every single month. I mean, I think January 2020 was his best month and he lost 50 followers. And then we see this massive dip in May 2020 of losing 2,200 followers. That is weird. The exact number 2,200. And then it goes back up and he somehow regained 55 followers in like May 2020. So in April, he lost 2,200. He regained 55. It was really weird. And obviously, do you know why that happened? Because when he followed 664 people, out of those 664 people, 55 followed him back. So that was really, really odd. How someone can have 10,500 followers but consistently be losing followers. I mean, 2,200 followers is, I mean, unless you did something really bad, I don't know why you'd lose 2,200 followers. Anyway, I went to the detailed statistics. So as you can see here, he has had a constant decline from 14K followers all the way down to like the very bottom of 10,100 followers and then back up a little bit. And that back up a little bit is related to his following up. You know, the more people he followed, the more people he regained. So he used to follow only 8 people, and this data absolutely screams fake followers or botting, one of the two. There is no way this guy managed to pull off 14,000 followers. So it's very, very weird that this guy has managed to pull off 14,000 followers and then lose 4K followers in the span of 1 year. You know, if you're a YouTuber or something, that's what you'd expect, that kind of level of followers, but to lose that many followers is just weird. And that screams, you know, when botting companies lose their license or get flagged on Instagram, all those accounts get deleted. And it seems as though those accounts are getting banned by Instagram and he's losing them monthly. And the fact that the engagement was so low, engagement rate is 1.23%, it says here. 1.23%. So 1 out of every 100 followers is liking his picture. It makes no sense whatsoever. If you have 10K followers and you have only 16 comments, something's wrong. If you only get 113 likes and your followers are 10,500, something is wrong. This guy obviously had like a fake profile and tried to make it look as though he was someone that was big in the community. And of course, I'm going to message everyone that I know that follows him and be like, yo, this is terrible. But yeah, I mean, we can go all the way back in his profile. I mean, even when we go back as far as like April, still only 54 likes. You know, let's go back to like maybe his height. And he also posted weird stuff, like weird memes that made like no sense to Pokemon or were just like kind of dumb. And I don't know, it's just very odd to me. You know, up here he had a bit more likes, 530, 478, but if you're botting, you know, it's very easy to get those likes, I guess. So now comes the point of everyone kind of being like, well, what can you do? You don't really know who this guy is. Now, this guy is stupid because he was silly enough to put one video of himself on the internet, doing whatever embarrassing stuff this is here. And the reason I know it's him is because he says, hey guys, it's your boy Charizard. Now, unless you paid a friend or paid an actor to do this, which then you've got a perfect cover up, this here is the guy. I know some of you might be like, wow, you're really putting his face on the internet. I mean, yeah, he has actually stolen stuff. Now, lucky for me, I never paid the PayPal, but I know people have paid him. And I know people have put in like 30 cards, which would be equivalent to $150. I have no idea how many people are victim to this, but he has probably got a couple $1,000s worth of either Pokemon cards or cash. And now I wanted to make this video because I wanted to make sure that anybody following your boy Charizard knows this, because he's just disappeared, and maybe he has something bad going on in his life, but if someone has paid you a service or given you their property, it is very easy for you to hop on your phone and be like, hey, something has gone terribly wrong, or this, that, or the next thing, and I need you to kind of like give me a bit more time, or here, I'll get your cards back to you. But there's been nothing for, you know, nearly a month now, and he said a 30-day turnaround, and it's been 2 months. So I came to the conclusion maybe like 2 weeks ago that I knew that my cards were gone, and that I've kind of processed that now, and it sucks because, you know, all of those cards were special to me in one way or the other. A lot of them were not graded because of their value, but they were graded because I wanted to keep them safe because they meant something to me. Maybe they were worth maybe $20, like PSA graded and all. I'm never gonna sell them. I just wanted them encased and made sure they were never damaged. I mean, for example, that base set Venusaur wasn't in the best shape. I'd have expected a PSA 7, but I was never gonna sell that Japanese base set Venusaur because it was the first holo Venusaur I'd ever owned, and I love Japanese stuff, so it was just like a really cool combination. So yeah, that's all I really have to say on the matter. I will tag everyone who follows this guy to kind of like give them a heads up, and hopefully you all unfollow him. And I didn't report him because I want his page to stay up, because just in case, this is the only way I have to like contact this person. But there's nothing I can do. I didn't pay any money to PayPal, so I can't open up that. I'm really unsure what to do at this point. I'm kind of like stuck. But yeah, it is what it is. And, you know, hopefully I'll be able to get all the people who are affected by this kind of like together in a group, and we can figure out something. So if you have any recommendations of what to do, I know there's a lot of scamming that goes on in this community, and it's bullshit. This is supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be, you know, there's a lot of money involved. It's, you know, I know it's pieces of cardboard that we throw around, but it's a lot of people's money, and a lot of people invest a lot of money into this stuff, you know. And whether your card is worth 2 cents or your card's worth $55,000, at the end of the day, you put in your hard work and earned money, and for someone just to steal that is crazy. So we'll see what happens. Please comment down below if you know what to do, because I'm kind of like lost at this point. I'm new in PSA. I'm new into being scammed. I never thought I'd ever be scammed, but obviously I didn't think I'd have to research this much into someone's freaking profile and find out they've got fake followers to, you know, figure this out. So thank you very much for watching. I know this was a long video and it probably dragged on, but I wanted to get my story out there to you guys so you are aware that there are people who suck and will take your money and take your cards too. But that's kind of why I want to, that's why I kind of want to do this, is because, you know, I want to weed out the really shitty people and then keep all the really nice people. It's proving more difficult every single day with these accounts. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful week. I promise on Wednesday is going to be a lot of fun. We have a mystery box coming back, and on Friday we're going to be opening the new trainer toolkit, which is going to be a lot of fun. So thank you very much for watching. I appreciate all of you. Have a great week. Take care. Thank you.